Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Fisk, and I am the Assistant Dean of the Master of Legal Studies program here at UCLA School of Law. I'm excited to speak with you today, and more importantly, congratulations on becoming a finalist for admission to the program. Most applicants don't make it this far, so this is an accomplishment in and of itself. UCLA School of Law is the #1 ranked law school in Southern California, and UCLA as a whole is the most applied to university in the country. So again, congratulations. Why were you chosen as a finalist? So becoming a finalist means the admissions committee saw something promising in you. You might fall into one of the following categories. Maybe you're a career starter. Perhaps you're a recent graduate or early in your career. We see potential for you to accelerate your growth through this program. Maybe you're a career enhancer. Maybe you've already established possibly as a senior executive, and this program can help you function more effectively in a role that requires legal knowledge and leadership. Or maybe you're a career shifter. You may be looking to transition into a new field, and this degree can help bridge that gap. Whichever category you fall into, this video is here to guide you through the interview process and give you hopefully some helpful background. The interview process has two main components. The oral interview, you'll meet online with one or two people for the interview, and they'll discuss your resume and reasons for applying to the degree. There will also be time to ask any questions during this live interview. That'll happen after this online assessment. So that leaves us to the second part, which is this online assessment. This will include two parts. First is a written assessment, and you'll receive a fact pattern, which is a fictional scenario, and be asked to respond in writing. The goal is to see how you think and write under a pressure situation. In this, you're going to just be analytical. This isn't about picking a side. It's about exploring both sides of the issue. You'll have 30 minutes, so leave a few minutes at the end to edit. And we don't expect perfection in grammar or spelling, but clarity and organization in your writing. And you don't have to know anything about the law going into that. And secondly, is our case-based questions. So you'll read two legal cases and answer questions based on them. This simulates the law school classroom experience. We want to see how prepared and analytical you are, not whether you get it right like a lawyer would. These cases deal with legal doctrines you're unlikely to have encountered, so everyone is on a legal playing field. What we're looking for in these interviews is we want to see that you can understand complex material, think critically, articulate your thoughts, and engage in legal style reasoning even without prior legal training. We'll ask you about how courts analyze the issues, what conclusions were drawn, and most importantly, what you think. What did you find persuasive or unpersuasive? That's the heart of this program, learning to think for yourself like a lawyer. So coming into this process, though, here's some law school basics, or a mini lesson, if you will. Before starting the program in August, you'll go through a course called Law School Fundamentals, which I teach during launch week. We'll cover there how to read legal cases, how to outline and prep for exams, and introduction to American law and court structures. Here's a quick overview to help you with this interview. First of all, the structure of the courts. So at each, there's different court levels. At the lowest level, there's the district court or the trial court. Then you can appeal, and that's called the Court of Appeals. And then finally, there's a Supreme Court level. At the state court level, there is typically a trial court, and then an appellate court, and then a state Supreme Court. The naming conventions might vary. So, for example, in New York, the Supreme Court is actually the trial court, while the Court of Appeals is the highest. But everyone has, regardless of which type of court you're in, everyone has one right to an appeal. To go further, you must file a request called a writ of certiorari, and the highest court chooses whether or not to hear your case from there. So there's a concept called stare decisis, and this means let the decision stand. So courts must follow decisions made by higher courts within the same jurisdiction. So thus we say that there's some cases that are called binding precedent. So this is a higher court's ruling that must be followed within the same jurisdiction. Then there's persuasive precedent. So a decision from a court in a different jurisdiction. It's not binding, but can influence the decision of this current case. So for your interview, you'll read two state court decisions. One case is called the Haldeman case, which is from the Wisconsin Supreme Court and is binding only on Wisconsin. The second case is a different state, so the Haldeman case is persuasive for them and also not binding on this current case. Here's a few tips for you on helpful legal terms, which will be coming up in some of these cases. You may have encountered in these readings what are called stipulated facts. So these are facts both parties agree on. There's no dispute. The court doesn't question them. So focus your analysis on what's not agreed upon. When reading cases, think about what is the legal issue that the courts are deciding upon. What are the key facts that they seem to really focus on as well? What rule is the court applying or creating? How does the court analyze the issue to reach its conclusion? Spend more time on the court's analysis on how they got to their using their legal reasoning, coming to the conclusion, then spend more time on that than you think is necessary. It's the heart of law school thinking. Also, use the legal terminology. Do not rephrase things into your own words when answering the questions on this interview. Practice using the exact language from the cases. This helps you to start thinking and speaking like a lawyer. For some final thoughts here, have fun with this process. Yes, this is an interview, but it's also a chance to engage, think critically, and share your perspective. We're not just interested in what the court said. We want to hear what you think. The law school is challenging. It's a grind. It will likely be the hardest academic experience you've ever had. But that's what makes it meaningful. Growth comes through challenge. And when you come out the other side, you'll have grown tremendously as a thinker and as a professional. Everyone I've worked with has said they've enjoyed this experience, and I think you will too. Best of luck, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.